If you've been scrolling through endless projector specs, watching 1-to-1 demo videos, and still feel stuck on whether a home theater projector is worth the space and money, this review is going to clear that up for you. I've spent the last few weeks setting up the Hisense PX3 Pro in a spare bedroom, a small living room, and even a basement den to see how it behaves when the lights are on, when you're gaming, and when you just want a movie night without the hassle of a massive screen. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest question most people ask is, do I really need a laser projector, or will a conventional lamp model do the job? The answer hinges on three things: ambient light tolerance, maintenance, and how you plan to use the device. The PX3 Pro's 3000 ANSI lumens and laser light source mean you can push a decent picture size anywhere from 80 to 150 inches into rooms that aren't pitch black. That's a step up from many 1080p lamp projectors that start to look washed out once you can't keep the curtains closed. The laser also eliminates the dreaded lamp replacement cycle, which can run you a few $100 every few years on a cheaper unit. For families that want a set-and-forget solution, that reliability is a real value driver. Now, the Ultra Shortthrow UST design is what makes the PX3 Pro feel different from a typical projector. Instead of mounting it on the ceiling or finding a dedicated projector shelf far back from the wall, you place the unit just a few inches away from the surface you're projecting onto. In practice, that means you can sit a couch a couple of feet from the wall, and the image fills the whole screen without the need for a long throw distance. I tried it on a 100-inch screen made from a matte white projector paint, and the image filled the space evenly with very little keystone correction. The short distance also reduces the risk of dust or pets bumping into a ceiling-mounted projector, something I've seen cause problems for a lot of owners. One of the selling points Hisense touts is that this is the world's first UST projector designed for Xbox. That claim isn't just marketing fluff. When I connected an Xbox Series X via HDMI and cranked up a fast-paced racing game, the picture stayed sharp and the latency was negligible. The built-in 4K AI upscaler helped keep the image crisp even when the source was 1080p, which is common if you're streaming older titles. The HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision support gave the game a punchier color palette, and the integrated Dolby Atmos made the engine roar feel surprisingly immersive for a projector setup. If you're a gamer who wants a big screen experience without buying a separate TV and sound system, the PX3 Pro actually delivers a decent all-in-one package. For movie lovers, the IMAX Enhanced certification and HDR support are meant to sound impressive. In a darkened bedroom, a 4K test clip from a recent blockbuster showed deep blacks and bright highlights that were still detailed at 150 inches. The contrast isn't on the level of high-end DLP or OLED, but the laser light source gives you a more consistent grayscale than a lamp-based model would. I also tested the projector's built-in Google TV interface. It's basically a smart TV platform built into the projector, so you can launch Netflix, Prime Video, or YouTube without a separate streaming stick. The UI is responsive enough for casual browsing, though I did notice a slight lag when scrolling through the app list on a 4K screen. Nothing that breaks the experience, but it's a reminder that the device is still primarily a projector, not a dedicated streaming box. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider buying this. If you have a dedicated media room or a space where you can control the lighting, and you want a screen size that feels cinematic without installing a massive wall mount, the PX3 Pro is a solid match. It shines for gamers who already own an Xbox or PlayStation and want a big display that can handle HDR gaming without a pricey TV. It also works well for families that enjoy occasional movie nights and want a system that can double as a smart TV without buying a separate streaming device. On the flip side, if your living area is a bright kitchen or a sun-filled living room with large windows you can't cover, even 3000 lumens will struggle to compete with daylight. You'll end up with a washed-out picture unless you invest in blackout curtains or a dedicated screen with higher gain, which adds extra cost. Also, if you're looking for absolute color accuracy for home theater enthusiasts who calibrate their rooms like a professional studio, the PX3 Pro's color processing, while good, isn't as refined as a dedicated cinema-grade laser projector. The built-in speaker system is modest, so anyone who expects rich, room-filling audio will still need an external soundbar or AV receiver, something the marketing can gloss over but becomes apparent when you sit back and try to hear dialogue over a movie's soundtrack.